Hospital is none other than our beloved holistic physician, cerebral palsy specialist, Dr. Purohit ji. Welcome to the show, Dr.
Namaskar.
Purohit ji.
Namaskaram.
It's a very wonderful to have you, sir, today because I know you. You have been educating the people about the science, holistic therapies. Even though you are an allopathic doctor, allopathic surgeon, still you stress on the body, mind, and spirit equilibrium, harmony through your lectures. You are not only a wonderful teacher of neurosurgery, but also you are expert in psychoneuroimmunology. That means connecting to our psyche and brain as well as our immunity. And that's a humoral system, the fighting system against the diseases. You are an expert. Today we are very, very wonderful to have you with us, sir. Okay. And today
Namaskaram,
your
sir.
topic is brain body booster, the laughter. You can explain regarding it.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I think now, first of all, I would like to say that those who know me, who have seen me earlier, they are they able to recognize me
Yes, sir.
by my
You are
face?
day by day you are becoming more younger. How can they recognize? Though day by day you are becoming more
No,
brighter. How can they recognize you, sir? Hope everybody have recognized.
now,
If not, they will recognize through your lecture, sir.
right. So there are two things which you people must be observing is that if the eyes are closed, I know that the people do recognize me by my voice, but at the same time, the people have not seen me with such beards and mustaches. So you must be wondering, and when you start seeing me, you are realizing that first, is it Dr. A.K. Purohit only? Yes. Now here your brain started more actively trying to recognize me, and that is one of the way to stimulate the neurobags, means your brain exercise, and that is
True.
through your vision, it is through your eyes, and if the eyes are closed, then through the voice. I have not changed my
True.
voice, but yes, you can see that I have now my facial recognition stimulates your brain to see me. How can I? So you see, the
Correct, sir.
brain has to be stimulated. Brain has to be stimulated through all the antennas which have on our face, and you know the antennas which have the face are ears, the eyes, the nose, the tongue, and then the skin. So the auditory, the visuals, the olfactory, the gustatory, and the touch. If you keep stimulating these, then your brain receives it, and brain's various parts starts getting stimulated. But if you keep doing it in a monotonous way, means all the time only one kind of the sound, one kind of vision, one kind of smell, one kind of a taste, then all others, which you must be knowing it, that we have so many waves of hearing, different kinds of ragas. We have not only seven colors, the use of these seven colors goes into millions and millions of the hues. The taste buds are millions. So what I'm trying to say is that the various ways by which we can stimulate our brain, then those cells which have not received the stimulation get immediately rejuvenated. And that is what is the neurobags, that not only through your these sensory which goes inside, but also through the motor skills. Say if I talk to you regarding some of the fine motor skill. Now is Hari is a surgeon, and he has his fine prehensile. The painter has his fine prehensile. So there are so many things which we do with our hand, with our fingers, and that is the prehensile which has been given only to the human beings, and we are not utilizing. say different kind of the mudras which we have been taught in our yoga, they are also stimulating in a different way our brain. Similarly, if you do some kind of an exercises on these, they also get stimulated. So the hand has got not only this gross things which we talk about, there are very, very fine things. Closed eyes. If you have a coin in your hand or some another object, without the vision, you are able to recognize it. How come you can recognize a 3D of a pen or a pencil or a ball or of a coin without the vision? That means there are eyes in your hands too. So the importance is of the neurobics is that do not have a monotonous life. Do not have a numbness. When you started sitting on this chair, initially you felt, oh, this is so good. And after some time, you don't realize that you are sitting on such a comfortable chair. Well, so I talked to you about various sensations to stimulate. I talked to you about the fine motor to stimulate. What is the other one? And the other one is your cognition. I should tell you that the cognition, laughter, when you say a joke and you find that at that time, at the end, the person burst with the laughter. One thing is definite that to create a joke itself is a high cognitive ability that you are thinking out of the box. You are thinking out of the track. You are going out of the track. And to go out of the track or to think out of the box creates a new talent in you. It is a creativity that you come out with the new thoughts. And that is what is the creation of a laughter. But then not that everybody is able to understand the laughter. When I say a joke in 100 people, I will see a different kind of a reaction, a different way of a laughter, and a time at which they start laughing when I suddenly open the soda bottle. And that is the end point where they should burst. So again, there is a relation of the cognition of the audience, of the listener, that at what time they start laughing. So say we know
Wonderful,
that
sir.
our Dr. Hari is so much in holistic. And before I go into many aspects of holistic, I would say that my wife said is so difficult now in this our Hyderabad that we are not able to run our clinic. So why not we go to a village where there will be hardly any person to compete with you. You will be able to run your clinic so well. I said, okay, if you are ready. Both of we went to a village. We opened our clinic, invited the villagers came, and after having snacks while going, they said, doctor, you will die of starvation. I said, how come I will die of starvation? They said that we have a holistic medicine physician who comes here, Dr. Hari, every time to our village and teaches us so nicely yoga and everything, pro nature therapy, that nobody falls sick in our village. Oh, suddenly I found one funeral was going from there. Villager said, doctor, you are mistaken. He is not our villager. He is the doctor who was practicing before you.
Okay. Sir, very nice, sir.
Yes,
Very nice to hear.
yes.
You are also
Lovely, sir.
involving me. A good laughter specialist always involves not only the audience but also the co-participants. I'm very happy about that, sir. Hi to our nutritionist and wellness expert Sangeeta with us. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this.
Very good.
Hello,
So,
Sangeeta.
before listening to our speaker, sir, there is a saying: use it, or otherwise we lose it. There is so much of dormant power within, but laughter can definitely stimulate it. So it can awaken it. As Osho says, Osho, we all know, is a wonderful master of enlightenment, a New Age master. He says,
Yes.
every joke has draws the attention of the people. That's why he always uses the comedy, fun in his lectures, so that everybody will be more attentive. So it is similar to finding a valuable object in darkness with 1 rupee candle. The 1 rupee candle is very, very small, like a joke, but it can throw light onto the vast wisdom which is involved in the concept and which is a teacher or speaker wants to convey. So it is similar to that. The joke or the laughter makes everyone more attentive, so that more enkephalins, endorphins are released. Then only we can understand. Then only we can. Usually, the focus will be on the object or the person who is speaking. When you laugh, we lose ourselves. So we feel that oneness, well, that bliss, that ecstasy. When you laugh totally, I really appreciate that. Then you can start, sir. All our audience and viewers are very, very ready to receive you totally. And yes, Sangeeta, you can shoot one question to sir.
Sir, they say laughter the best medicine. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, yes, you
Yes,
are
you are
audible.
very
Go
much
ahead.
audible, Sangeeta ji. Namaste.
Namaste, sir. So they say the laughter the best medicine. So I want to understand, like this laughter therapy, how it enables a person to build his immunity.
Very good. So now you
Sangeeta,
see
go a little bit back. You are coming to the front, very close to the camera. Just go back. See that your head will not. Yes. See that
yeah.
everywhere you are equally visible. Right.
So
Yes, sir. Carry on, sir.
the medicine means you have fallen sick, and that time you start taking something is called the best medicine. But even you have not to fall sick, you have not to have this kind of a thing by prevention. And the prevention is by, you know very well about the thing, but you have an internal jogging of your organs. And that internal jogging is a belly laugh. Capsule laugh a lot 1 TDS. If morning, afternoon, and evening, if you take that capsule, not that all the capsules are medicine. The capsules can be the nutritional supplements, which nowadays the people have started putting the vitamin D also into the capsule. As you know, vitamin D 360K, so much being used, or the tablet of vitamin B12. So what I want to say is that it is also a prevention, or at the same time, yes, it can help many of the diseases to as a best medicine for them. Before I go toward what are the relative contraindication for a laughter, one should know about it. Once if you have talked about it as a medicine, in that case, so one thing is very important, that we should know how to laugh. And I have found that if I ask to the audience this time, when did you laugh so that you had a belly which was having a lot of belly laugh, you have this straight belly, your respiration started having a lot of breathing, their face became red, and the tears started coming from the eyes. Has anybody laughed like this in their life? And in an audience of 100, I have found that maybe just 5 or 7 people know what is the actual laughing. So just a smile, yeah, khilana, that is all not the everything. The main laughter is belly laugh, and that is called as the internal jogging. So when you breathe lot, say as you were talking about various diseases, now my chest gets expand, deep breathing occurs. Deep breathing is very well known in the yoga and in the relaxation exercises, that how deep breathing, hold it and then leave it. So not so fast, you have to do it slow. That is automatically happening with the kind of the laughter which you have. This has a lot of effect on diabetes as well as on hypertension, which are very nicely controlled. If you get de-stressed, the blood pressure get controlled, your sugar get controlled, and you feel more energetic. So, best medicine if
शुरू
you
करो
want
सर.
something, yes,
शुरू करो sir, so that we'll start belly laughing and all the things. Okay, we are eagerly waiting for you.
you have now the people ask me in a laughter club what happens. Yes, there is a artificially you start laughing. So you know that the artificially when you are laughing, you are leaving away the hesitation to laugh when actual laughter comes. So the laughter clubs are very important from the point of view of breaking away your hesitation, and whenever a laughter comes without any hesitation, you will start laughing. Say, for example, if I say one inspector went to a school and he asked the class teacher, can I ask question to your student? The class teacher said, yes, sir. Inspector, sir, you can ask. So he asked the question, tell me, 5 plus 5 is equal to how much? One student raises the hand and says, sir, 5 plus 5 is equal to 9. Class teacher said, good. Inspector said, fool. He is telling 5 plus 5 is equal to 9 and you are telling good. The class teacher said, sir, yesterday he was telling 5 plus 5 is equal to 6.
Very
So
good.
today he is closer to 10. So when a laughter comes,
Tomorrow he will say
I
10. Wonderful.
yeah, and sometimes your performance may be so good in the say 8th standard that you may be given out of 10 the 20 numbers also, because you might have exceeded which is not expected from some 8th standard. So it's not that in human life, in social life, 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. They can be 6, they can be 100, and that is what is happening in our social life. So say if you cannot laugh, you should cry. Say for example, if I can trigger myself without a joke also, and that the style is
Laughter is contagious.
It
I
is.
can laugh. And in
You should
Nizam's
also you should
Institute of
also make
Medical
us, sir, to spontaneously laugh like you without any trigger. Just a thought of itself should create that
Yes,
laughter, which is a remedy for many of the health issues.
exactly. So from your throat, from your belly, the muscles start vibrating, and then your whole inspiration expiration starts. I tell you, many years ago, I had asked my people in Nizam's Institute of Medical Sciences that let's have a laughter competition. And I tell you, in our hall, the lecture hall, which can, we were all there on the stage, around 5 or 10 people, 10 actually. And then we started laughing, and we were seeing who can laugh for a longer time. And that is how we
Wonderful.
started developing. Actually, I have written a article in 1981. In that time, there were hardly many of the magazines and newspapers, and that was मुफ्त में मिलता एक विचित्र कैप्सूल.
Wow,
The
wonderful.
capsule is freely available, and that was a capsule laugh a lot 1 3 times a day, morning before breakfast, afternoon before lunch, and evening before dinner. If we can laugh for 10 minutes and if we can laugh together in our home, definitely our immunity will increase. And I tell you, at this time when the coronavirus is attacking us, has attacked us, the best soldier, the best defense, the best weapon is your immunity which you have, it is your internal protector. And if you have your respiratory system, by a good laughter, you will find that the virus respiratory tract and your lungs, the lower respiratory tract, you can fight very well against the entry of this virus by having a good epithelium. Yes, there are many other measures. I will not talk today in this discussion, but laughter can increase your respiratory ability, your chest, because you know corona is going and attacking your lungs, and that is why we need the ventilators now, the artificially to breathe. But if you have a good strength of breathing by having good laughter exercises, laughter size, which can be says laughter exercises, laughter size, and that is a very important brain exercise, and that is very important neurobic, and that is a pro nature. Can you tell me why I am calling the laughter is a pro nature? Because in this world, in this universe, I must say, on this planet at least, which we know, only human beings have the ability to have a belly laugh. No other mammal can have a belly laugh. You know, yes, the testings have been done even in the rats by a ultrasound activity that whether they are laughing. Yes, it has been found that they too laugh, but no animal can have a belly laugh. Can you tell me why the nature has given you as a belly laugh? This lubricant is required because you are the only so heavy brain related exercises, brain related matter which you have to show, and for that you need a lubrication in your brain. If you do not have a laughter, you are a great scientist, one day you may become mad, you may go into what is called as early aging, or your intellect may decline faster. जिसे बोलते हैं कि जल्दी से व्यक्ति के पागल होने की संभावना है यदि वो बहुत अच्छा इंटेलेक्ट है, लेकिन इंटेलेक्ट के साथ में यदि उसमें हंसने की क्षमता नहीं है, they will become faster in a decline. So your immunity, local immunity is increasing by laughter, which is a pro nature, because nature has given you only this ability. And when the blood flow increases in your whole body, which is reflected on the face, that it has become so bright pink. And why it has become pink? Because the blood has increased here, but it does increase in your whole body, even to your heart, to your kidneys also, and to your gastrointestinal tract. So whole body perfused nicely with the oxygen, and whichever material in our body, everything get distributed. Please remember that the blood has to flow finally to supply each and every, that is the arterioles and then capillaries, and to travel through there is lot of mechanism required, and one mechanism is they should open up. Laughter, a de-stress where less adrenaline, more of endorphin, improves the perfusion, and then your whole body get good nutrition, neurotropic medicines or the supplements, as well as the oxygen. So, and if you are an emotional, say for example, if you are tense, whole body becomes tight. Is next one, and that is also because of the adrenaline. So you should not be emotional. There was one person who was relaxing on the 10th floor of his building. As he jumps, he realizes, "Arey, I have no son." When he comes to the fifth floor, he realizes, "Arey, what? I am not even married." And in that negative emotion, when head was about to touch, then he realized, "I am not Lal Singh, I am a Bhuta Singh."
Okay, wonderful.
So, negative emotion, you can forget even your own identity. And that is what happens when you become negatively charged with your thing. You do not know what you are. And that is what Lal Singh did not recognize, that he is actually Bhuta Singh. So, the good laughter. So,
Yes.
to fight against corona, this time
Sir,
most
go ahead with
important.
so that laughter session, sir. So the people are all waiting for you to have that belly laughing. So that is
Yes,
neurobics, laughter size. So make us more
yes.
now so that we had very nice jokes and it produced wonderful laughter. Make us that yeah, shot in Astral Prime Hospital
Oh, you
because there are
remember
so
that
many questions
for
are
that
waiting for you
you
at the
have to
end.
stand up. Okay. So, as I showed
Hope
that
that
there, you have to
we
stand
are
up
already
and
standing.
you are already standing.
Go ahead, sir, in sitting posture.
So, okay, that is better now. But yes, we should be able to do that also. But in a standing position, all body goes into way. I am able to trigger myself. I have stimulated my belly here and through the throat.
Sir, can I shoot a question?
And relax my body. I have dropped my neck. I have dropped my shoulder, and I am concentrating on my chest and on my nostril. Ah, ha, ha. What a relaxing is this. बंदर क्या जाने अदरक का स्वाद. जिसने जिसने बेली लाफ नहीं किया हुआ है वो इसको नहीं समझ सकेंगे. Have it and then you will realize. As Dr. Hari has said, use it or lose it. If you do not use this ability of having a laughter ability in you by given by the nature, realize it again. I am telling you, please do realize that the laughter has been given only to human being and not the smiling or kilkilana, which is also okay, chuckle, but then you have to go with actual belly laugh in this time to improve your immunity of respiratory tract, gut, as well as overall stimulation of whole of the what is called as lymphatic system, your immune system. Yes, we can go ahead with the questions now.
Sir, like they say in meditation, your brain reaches at alpha level or that level where you really completely calm down. My question is something like this, asking like just now you told you are feeling very much relaxed. Like having a heartful belly laugh, like what is the state of your of a person's brain? What level does it reach?
Right. So this can take you to the calm and quiet waves of your brain, like the alpha waves, and that is possible because when say in the night when you sleep, yes, you will be able to sleep in most relaxed way. So I must tell you that yes, meditation does it take, and to go even to that stage, as we know in a Hatha Yoga, you go through the Ashtanga, and from there yam, niyam, pranayam, apariharya, as well as the meditation, samadhi, all these things which happens, going ultimately to the samadhi. We all must remember that the samadhi means you have brought down your respiration, your heart, the body's metabolism to such a small level that you need very little one and still you can survive. So that practice, if we go ahead, will be possible. Yes, also achieving samadhi through Hasya Yoga.
Sir, do you want to show because you said without any trigger you laughed it. It's a it's a good show. But for the viewers, how to practice it? Because see, they want to get benefit out of it. You said the theory of what is happening through laughter. and demo of without any trigger you did it. What should we practice in to have this laughter? You show me one technique so that we can also regularly practice. After that, we can have the questions.
their body, and they saw what is this is happening. So first important thing is that they have to artificially at least start laughing to break the hesitation of laughing. अरे हंसने में किस बात की कंजूसी करते हैं हम, ये तो बिल्कुल फ्री में मिलती है. कुछ लोग तो ऐसे होते हैं फ्री में यदि जहर मिल जाए तो वो फ्री का goes up and down, and the abdominal muscles all up, forward and backward, contraction, relaxation, so called as a dhokni. If you know, I do not know the English word of then pump it, the air goes and then it goes on the fire, and the fire, how they give the air to it. So we are putting the abdomen inside and diaphragm up, and you are expelling. Just now I did. How many people could do it? Can I know from them?
So that is the one you have to practice, sir, very regularly to have that
Yes.
and observe the body parts at the end of it.
And yes,
How
yes.
you triggered it? You just
I actually have breath in and out, and by vibrating my abdomen, as you can see, you know. First, I have gone here and stimulated my glossopharyngeal and vagal supply of this respiratory tract.
Sangeeta, have you observed all those things? What sir said?
Yes. Yes, sir.
My abdomen. So, taking air inside and outside by first going through the thread, stimulating, that stimulates your respiration. Say, for example, a coughing, how the coughing occurs, how the sneezing occurs when the air comes out suddenly, because these our nerves get stimulated in the throat, say the glossopharyngeal nerves, and in the nose, actually the fifth nerve is get stimulated, and they all have lot of connection inside our brain. And through, still we do not find one center of a laughter center. There are so many connections in this whole brain that they are interconnected, where there is a cognition, where there is a respiration, autonomic nervous system in your hand, as well as musculoskeletal system. So autonomic nervous system, you can see how it becomes pink, how the tears come. That is a parasympathetic stimulation. Respiration also a parasympathetic stimulation. So we should know that the laughter is helping you to have lot of good parasympathetic stimulation, and parasympathetic is actually what is called as relaxation. And in yoga, say stretching also ultimately gives rise to the what is called as parasympathetic stimulation. And the stage where I think Dr. Hari will like to also discuss that how the pineal gland is helping us. It is called as the pineal is the seat of soul. This is the third
Okay, sir.
eye.
I will switch over to the questions if that is so, because I feel that you have demonstrated your session. So I'll ask a few questions.
Yes.
First one is, see, people call mind and brain, are they one and the same? Because you are a neurosurgeon, and once we all know that if the person is brain dead, we declare that there is no life, and we can also go for the organ donation at the time. And what exactly is this mind? Where exactly is it located? Some people say it is in the heart, some people say it is here, some people they say that hardware is the brain, software is the mind, and the philosophists or spiritualists say it is located in the third body called mental body. First body is physical body, second one is ethereal or energy body, third is the mental body. So yogis can look into this mental body. That's why they can say many things about the thoughts. So where exactly is this mind located? Because you are a neurosurgeon, day in and day out, you are you see the life, because in intensive care units also you see people struggling with the life, and the people call Atma is there. But I never, as a surgeon, I have not seen in medical books and also in the ICUs the Atma, the soul. Is it really existing, the soul? What is the difference between mind and soul? Where exactly they
Okay,
are
so
located?
I come
Mind
to
and
first thing
brain.
is that brain, right? So
He
let's
asked
come to
first
one thing,
about mind and brain.
right? So when I was not in neurosurgery, I was in my childhood, and my father, who is a great Sanskrit scholar, and he used to say, the one who has a bigger forehead, he is more intellectual. And now when I have studied the neuroscience, now I realize that this portion of the human beings is larger than the monkeys. All of you can just think of monkey's brain. This one is missing there, but they also resemble a lot to the human beings. So this portion which has come in the evolution is the changing from the monkeys or chimpanzees to the Homo sapiens, that is the human beings. What it is the mind. So the brain, a monkey has got it, and is there many animals, but then mind, that is the frontal lobes, the mind which has an ability to plan the intellectual things. All these are a lot over here. Einstein also had the same one. Swami Vivekananda also had the same one. But still there is a difference of the two. One is an scientist brain. One is the brain of what is called as intelligence, IQ. But the other mind here in the brain is also called as emotional quotient, EQ, and that leads to social quotient, that is the socially how good you are. So I would like to say that this part of the brain, which is our left side of the brain, is the scientist brain. It is the Western world brain, whereas your left brain is the Eastern brain, and it is the full of wisdom, Vivekananda. So the combination of the two in a most balanced way is the actual way of our life. कुछ के दिमाग बहुत ज्यादा ही हैं और किसी के दिल बहुत ज्यादा ही है. इस असंतुलन से भी काम नहीं चलता. दोनों का संतुलन होना अत्यंत आवश्यक है. So what I want to say is that these two kinds of the brain are very important. I would like to say one very interesting story. So in general, before I go to the story, you know that brain is there in the animals also, but mind is most evolved in the human beings, and that is the forebrain frontal lobes. Okay, this is the difference. I will come to your other the soul also. So what I want to say is that there was a lady who was a great scientist, and she had a stroke side. She developed right side paralysis, and you know, first her life she realized that she is lot of love for the architecture, the songs, not is the science behind it. A scientist who left brain, she was a neuroscientist, and she left to the right, and so came up. So therefore, one was dominating the left hemisphere over the right hemisphere. In a stroke, when it got damaged, then this started increasing. So distinction of the right and left brain, that is the east and west brain, that is the scientist IQ, that is in Einstein's brain, and the east, that is the west. The east is the your left, and that is the wisdom. So what I want to से कि हिरोशिमा और नागासाकी में इतनी बड़ी बमबारी यदि नहीं हुई होती उस आईक्यू से डेवलप बम के कारण, जो कि आइंस्टीन ने बनाया था, उन्होंने कभी सोचा भी नहीं होगा कि मेरे बनाए हुए बम का इतना बड़ा नुकसान हो जाएगा। जब कभी कोई चीज बनाए कि हम किसी बच्चे के हाथ में देते हैं, यदि कोई खिलौना भी जब बच्चे के हाथ में दिया जाता है तो कुछ सोच समझ के दिया जाता है ना, कि कहीं उससे वो नुकसान न कर ले। यही हुआ कि आइंस्टीन डिड डेवलप, बट देयर वाज कॉन्फिडेंस विजडम of humanity, and that is what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So you now very clear about that there is a evolution in us and we become human beings, and when you take alcohol, this gets knocked down, your frontal lobes are knocked down, and then you start behaving like an animal. You don't not recognize who is your wife, who is your sister, who is your father, who is you yourself, and that is what is knocking down it. We do know in head injuries the patient's personality changes. So I think it is clear now, Sangeeta ji, that what is mind is brain. Lower animals also have a brain, but they most do not have a mind that is for brain. Now, another question was, what is the energy? So you please remember that, hey, the existence of anything relative to the other thing, and the existence of, say, light is because there is a dark, there is black because there is a white. Similarly, if there is a matter, there has to be a non-matter also. यदि पदार्थ है तो कहीं ना कहीं अपदार्थ होना भी चाहिए. That way, if you say there is an energy which we call as a physical energy, whatever we are now able to appreciate from our this body, you see the food we perceive, receive, and everybody has to now accept one thing definitely, that if you accept there is a matter, you have to accept there is non-matter also. If you accept today that there is a physical energy, you have to accept that there is a non-physical, and that is called as spiritual energy. Hope I am very clear now before
Yes,
going into any of the details
Okay,
of
sir.
these important
Right,
things.
sir. So you are a wonderful teacher, sir. If I ask very simple question, also you are taking so much of examples, but try to answer because of the time. Very simple. We'll cease. From this, we can understand breath and mind are interlinked. But my question is, when I asked the location of the mind, you said it is in the frontal lobe, and you said this is the very logical brain, logical half of the brain. This is your transcendental brain, which is connected with God's wisdom. So the
Not audible.
combination has to be the wedding of both lobes. That is, person, both intellectual and intellect, both will contribute to the success. Very nice, sir. And when I asked about the soul, you said it is existing. My question is, where it is existing in the body? Because people after death, the soul leaves the body. Where exactly it goes? Because you are such a wonderful neurosurgeon. You work on the cerebral palsy patients too. Where exactly it lies? It is in the temporal lobe. Okay, where exactly is the soul? So that, see, after
Now,
death, only breath we see that breath has stopped, but the function of the body also stops. So where exactly the soul goes? As in Bhagavad Gita said, the soul leaves from one body to another, goes to another body, like changing the clothes after death. Is it true? Is it true? Because science believes only up until brain death. After that, because brain controls the body. Okay, so after that, do you think that life exists and also leaving of the soul? All those things exist because you are a holistic physician.
well, I would say, as far as what my concept, I am totally based on my so many years
Straight
being.
answer, sir. Straight answer. I can understand you.
Yes, yes. The straight answer is there is some energy which goes out of our body, where how it goes, we will never be able to discover that, like how we are not able to discover that from where did the universe came. You can say 3 billion years, whatever, what that. So I don't think that we have to put lot of this mind, which was not there when there was an another energy, so no one will be able to understand or discover that where is that energy. And I believe is that हम सभी पंचभूत में वापस विलीन हो जाते हैं. There is no कहीं पे कोई स्वर्ग है, there is some heaven or some hell. This is all which we people have created by making some people to fear and some people to get encouraged. But truly speaking, there is nowhere any kind of an heaven or hell. Everything is existing in your own this life, and once this body, that energy of energy, that is what is called as physical energy, has also an energy, and that is what is a spiritual energy. You have a brain, and brain is also, that is what is an spiritual one. So those energies are running. This physical body gets again mingled with this panchbhuta, panchatattva of our universe. Hope I am clear.
Yes, sir. And do you believe in God, sir? Do you believe in God who is in a form? Because there are so many gods, and even in our hospitals, even though we are very scientific, we keep some Vinayaka Vigraha idol. We keep Venkateshwar Swami idol, and some doctors pray before doing the surgery. And our books have not taught about the God, but when we succeed in any surgery, we attribute to our success. When we fail, we say God has not having any mercy on you. So we throw the blame onto the God. Some people they do. So do you really think that God is existing? Is it required in acquiring the health and maintaining the health? Because some people say have belief in God. And even WHO also said, health is not mere absence of the physical disease. It is a balanced state of physical, mental, intellectual, social, and spiritual well-being. What do you mean by spirituality? Because religion speaks about the God. Do some prayer, some puja, some namas, and some mantras. But spirituality, real spirituality says that Aham Brahmasmi, you are the God. You are in a human form. Understand your being, your soul nature, your true potential. Then your body becomes a vehicle for that divinity.
Hello.
Use it, or otherwise we lose it, people say. So what exactly the God? Where exactly the God has a role in the human life? What happens if you understand the spirituality? Yes. How best we can mold our life?
Yes, Dr. We are visualizing each other. Why we are not just going for an auditory? Why we have brought the pictures in front of each other? Why we have the activities of movements of those things, my actions? All these are because the brain perceives the visual memory best in human beings. The dogs have got a very good 40 times larger the smell brain rhinocephalon in the dogs. And what is interesting in the dogs, from one side if he is breathing, from other side he is smelling in a 3D. Wherever it is, he is able to. So there is a picture, it has to come into our mind, and that is the best memory. And that is why all these gods which we have, and especially which I know more, I do not know and not telling about any other religion, that in Hindu religion we call it as a religion, it is actually dharma, means worshipping the nature. Prakriti ke hum pujari hain, prakriti ki puja. And I know that every nature, if you are worshipping the nature, and this worshipping the nature, nurturing the nature, not torturing the nature, is really you are worshipping the God. So my God is nature. she is my mother. And to create, everybody can understand by a symbol. That is why Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. And these are the three basic things which are required, that creation, and then it should again keep on Vishnu, feeding, and but it has to go into a cycle, and that is what is the destructor. You may use the word, because God, generator operator destructor, this is how the short form is also created. But to understand it in a better way, they have created Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, some symbolic things. But I feel very painful that we have started, viruses gone into our thought process and we gave it to this symbol. इन प्रतीकों को हमने पूरी की पूरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दे दी है, सारा भार हमने उन पे डाल दिया कि आप मेरे लिए ये कर देवें, जबकि where is it should be like this. Oh Lord Brahma, you are in me, I have that power to create. Oh Lord Vishnu, you are in my each and every single RBCs, in single molecule, and I am able to nurture the whole universe, all living beings. And then, yes, I have Lord Shiva, the person who cleans the thing, put the people into cycling again, and that is what is parivartan hi jeevan hai. Means you have to have a change, otherwise everybody is like an statue. So I think, Hari, Sangeeta ji, you agree with me perhaps that God is, for example, Durga or whatever other Shakti Peeth which we call about it, they are all in you. You have those abilities. You should see and feel them. They are inside you, and then you should do it. Not that, oh Lord, I will give you this much money, you get my this work done. We are creating a bribes to the God. No, all these were a virus which got inside us, and we totally changed the real fundamental basic things of the dharma, and that is why we are suffering today with the coronavirus. Because your way of living is not good. वुहान शहर के वेट मार्केट से बिल्कुल अप्राकृतिक, which is not at all a pro nature kind of the things of eating, and you have today an attack on you. The nature is trying to correct you actually by bringing so many things in between in your life so that you become a better human beings. Am I clear, or shall I explain more?
Sir, now coming back to the
Sangeeta, you
topic.
shoot the question. Next question.
Sir, coming back to the
Sangeeta.
topic, laughter. Okay, does this help in anger management? You know, so
Okay.
some people
Okay,
are
right.
short-tempered.
So it also definitely helps because it's connected to the emotions.
Shall I say one very
Sir,
important thing?
you can also include your answer in my question too. Hello.
Yes,
So
yes.
we discussed in the morning about the chakras because you are a spine surgeon. You are a spine surgeon, and the
Yes.
chakras, Mooladhara.
Yes. Yes.
I
I'm
think
not
there
able
is
to
some
listen.
trouble with Dr. Hari's network. Sir, am I
Hello,
audible
Hari.
to you?
Yes, Sangeeta,
Sir,
you are audible.
no, sir.
Yes.
I asked about the chakras which are there along the spine. Ida, Pingala. Do they really exist? There are 6 chakras. Mooladhara,
Okay.
Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, and Ajna Chakra, Sahasrara. Do they really exist? Shushumna Nadi and Ida Pingala Nadi, because we are a spine surgeon too.
Yeah.
Are we
So
observed in the body or they are beyond the body?
now you see Ida, Pingla, Sushumna. These are the 3 columns which are running in our spinal cord. Okay. Now I tell you, this is the right lateral column. this is the left lateral column, and this is the gray matter in the center with the central canal. So all these three are running Ingla, Pingla, and the Sushumna. The lowermost part, spinal cord of every human being, and that is called as the Mooladhara, and from that supply of this Mooladhara is through the what is called as the Kundalini part. And when we go up, then you have various chakras, and you will be surprised to see that yes, at places there are more dimension of your spinal cord. At some place it is thin, at some places, say at 5, 6, it is much bigger than compared to what is at T2, T3, T4. So there are various places where there is a more Sushumna, that is the gray matter. And if those points are having more energy, so if you stimulate them by whatever means, which I am not at all an expert of stimulating these various chakras, and I really worship and thank those people who have developed this art of by concentrating on the body. Remember, according to me, which I am calling it as a Sushumna, the gray matter, is having automatically the gray matter, the neurons generate the energy. It goes to the nerves, our body for this purpose. There is a connection. If some heat here, suddenly my hand goes out. I do not think at all. It is at the level of the spinal cord. It is called a spinal reflex, and without the brain, I do that one. So what I want to say, there are the local circuits at different places in the spinal cord, which has a more gray matter, more bigger Sushumna, and the stimulating them will make your different parts of the body more stronger. And that is not that easy. Sadhana, the concentration, the Dhyan Magna. So I do agree that there are such higher energy centers in our spinal cord, and
voice is
all of them are ultimately connected to our brain.
Yes, sir. This was really
is a pineal gland. It corresponds with the third eye. So third eye represents our sixth sense, the intuition, and knowing beyond our physical eyes, or visualizing beyond our physical eyes. So do it really exist, the third eye, which Shiva is having, and every person it has a very dormant third eye, but once this pineal gland is activated, is it pineal gland or pituitary gland, which is the seat of higher functions and higher seat of intuition? Because you are a brain surgeon, you are not simply a brain surgeon, you teach about the body and mind, soul. Is there any connection of a pineal or pituitary gland with your third eye, which is represents as the third eye of Shiva?
Okay, now my thought process I am telling you, and how much to believe, not to believe, or we have to go ahead with the more scientific information. What I know is, here in the center is the third eye, and the finishing and in a cycle, another cycle to start. And in the same line, almost when we do the navigation things, we know that almost in the center of the whole of the head is the very important part, and that is called as the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, and connected to it another gland is the pineal gland. Hypothalamo, pineal and pituitary connection is in this line in the center, almost I am talking about, which is an autonomic nervous system, both from the point of view of humoral, means endocrine system, as well as it has got autonomic nervous system connection also. So autonomic nervous system plus the humoral connection, both are available with the so-called third eye, I will put it as a center of the brain where there is an autonomic nervous system, where a humoral system, that is endocrine system, are located. Now let's coming main thing without going into much of the details. To this hypothalamus is connected the pineal gland. And you all know, before I go into this, please let me know which is the worst kind of a sentence, that is कौन सी सबसे खराब सजा हो सकती है किसी मनुष्य के लिए. Which is the worst sentence for a human being? Any one of you can tell me. चाइना की ही बात करता हूं. Again, talk about China and maybe many other places. But let the person sleep. Do not let the person sleep, I tell you, is the worst sentence in the human life. There are many curses which are related to the craniovertebral junction also, where if the person starts sleeping, if he starts sleeping, his respiration goes down. So he has to keep himself awake to remain alive by keep breathing. So these are the curses also in the political way. In the China's, I know that there is a sentence called as don't let the person sleep. So we should indirectly realize that if you have the sleep, the calmness, in the deep sleep, if you go, you have quietened your body, you have gone for some time into your low breathing, low heart, and low respiration, and all those calm and quiet switch off your lot of the brain centers. Brain centers get switched off, and you go into a kind of a samadhi during the sleep, and that sleep is induced by the hormone called as melatonin. And this melatonin, when is secreted, it goes into your brain centers and switch them off, and then whole body goes into silence. From where does this melatonin comes? Is the pineal gland, from where this melatonin is secreted. And remember that this melatonin is secreted when the sun starts setting, the melatonin keep increasing, and as much as darkness comes in the late night, there is a maximum rush of the melatonin hormone, which switches off your most of the brain centers, keep just some of the vital center, pulse, BP, temperature, and respiration, PTR, BP, also to keep giving the life to you, but in a most minimal way, and that is the function comes through the pineal gland. So if you are a person who can stimulate your pineal gland through various chakras, means all the time you are in the state of high mind level, relaxation, calmness, quietness, and then you can work better. And that is what is, I feel, is the generating or stimulating our pineal gland, which has got connection again through various parts of the spinal cord, which takes the sensations to the whole brain, thalamus, and from thalamus comes to the hypothalamus to the pineal and to the pituitary. So that is how we all through the chakras can go to the, and brain can come back to the body, and that is what is stimulating the pineal gland, third eye again, which can see, and if you can close it down, calm down, and then you go to the real in active life.
Sir, why do people see dreams?
Yes.
Why do?
Because
question please.
Question is,
why do people have dreams?
Sir, you can also link up. I'll ask one thing. You can link up with the dreams. See, people in coma, where will they be? What happens to the person in a coma? Because near-death experiences, during near-death experience, people say that we came out of the body into the light, we met our ancestors, our gods, angelic beings, we talked with them. After coming from a near-death experiences, having that, they will say, yes, my life has changed very positive. See, what is coma? What happens to the soul or a person in a coma? And near-death experiences, when they come out of the body, they will have very beautiful experiences, life transforming and life purpose revealing experience. And the third thing is sleep, as she said. In the sleep, they say that out of body experiences, going out of the body. So, is it true, or it is all mind makeup, mind relaxation or rejuvenation phenomenon? And the fourth one, what is death? People say in death also it is similar to sleep. We come out of the body. Some people say, you just as a holistic physician, you connect what is coma, what is near death experience, what is dreams and sleep, what is death or samadhi, fifth one. You connect.
Now, being in a neurosurgery, we know that the brain death means when whole of the brain EEG is flat, and these are the only a few brain stem. Actually, brain death is actually a brain stem death. Means when the vital functions of the body like PTRBP get affected, that we have to manage with the artificial measures. The very protective reflexes also are no more over there. Blood circulation goes to very minimal. When we do the angiogram, we find that there is no blood circulation to the brain. But yes, brain stem, at that time we decide that now respiration is an artificial one, but the BP is maintained by the heartbeat or by we giving some inotropic drugs. But we measure some of the reflexes which are not that there, then we call it the brain stem death, and then this brain will never get revived, will never get rejuvenated. It is definitely dead. When brain stem is dead, artificially we aging, then the organs can be donated. So that is the actual definition of brain death, is brain stem death, and that is a real coma, which we call when your vital signs are jeopardized, they are not being well maintained. That is the stage of a coma according to we as a neuroscientist, our definition. So I do not think that anybody who has gone to brain stem death can have a comes out and then he has a feeling of a near death experiences. So coming to what really called as a coma, is out of question that the person will have a near death experience. So it is not a death, it is a near death. In that come, I have no experience. I have listened to some of the people who were talking so many kind of these things, but this is so much in the human population. It is why so much rare some instances, anecdotes are available, whether they are really some kind of a psychological state. I at this time would feel is a psychological state when the brain was in a shunya, means near death, when their brain was minimally functioning but functioning. EEG was not flat. At that time, brain perhaps has gone into a shunyata, zero, and that is what we try to achieve in our life. If we can make the brain almost zero, means the brain is now at rest. So perhaps they would. At present, I will think that past life experiences are not there, but I know from our Nizam's Institute of Medical Sciences itself, one, if I remember correctly, Dr. Newton, and he had these kind of experiences. I would request Dr. Hari to bring Dr. Newton also, and many of these people who have such kind of an experiences can talk a little more about this thing. I have one very good friend of mine, Dr. Thimappa Hegde. He is in Narayana Hospital in Bangalore, and he has a lot of good experience regarding many of these spiritual things. So my level may not be that greater compared to these people who are also from the science to talk about something previous life experiences, which I deny. Let's see what the others say. So I told you about brain death. Is brain stem death is actual death, is actually a coma stage, and unconsciousness, deep unconsciousness, and from that many our patients get revived. And I have never found that anybody has talked so much about near-death experiences or about the past life experiences. So those anecdotes in a science will not work for us to believe on these things. We need to have a research on this. Did I explain everything? Or the sleep I have already explained you that how the melatonin switch off the shunyata, and that is how we get relaxed and body can rejuvenate, and it is through the pineal gland melatonin. But lot of hypothalamus, autonomic nervous system, the orchestra is actually hypothalamo pituitary axis, which works whole of the body through these neurohumoral pathway that is also connected with the spinal cord and the brain. Here I would like to say is we were talking about some of these other aspects, how you make it happy or something. तो I would say that कि जो हंसते और हंसाते हैं वे स्वर्ग नहीं जाते, जो हंसते हैं और हंसाते हैं वे स्वर्ग नहीं जाते, वे जहाँ रहते हैं उसे ही स्वर्ग बना देते हैं.
Oh, wonderful.
I believe in this one.
So the heaven is here. We have to create the heaven here. See, divinity is not somewhere else. It is in the human form. So when you have extended human form, that is nothing but a divinity. So we use our potential only this much. When you use your potential totally, you will become divine. This body is with full of rogas, so many diseases. If you limit yourself, if you have negative thinking, whereas if you have very positive thinking, proactive thinking, miraculous thinking, definitely body goes to the level of the energy, and this energy, total energy, can be unleashed through the body, the what we call the divinity or greatness or grandeur and all the things. I really agree, sir. And as you said, the past lives, near-death experiences, I too did a lot of experiments on this. I too agree 70% of the people will have these experiences, but they will have a particular cause of their problem. For example, relationship issue. Why I'm struggling with my husband. Why people say no, is a 7 incarnation.
Yeah, he has gone
Can't
into
say
samadhi.
totally that past lives do it. And the near-death experiences I did, people also, after coming out of the near-death experiences, doctors might have declared that he's dead. But after so many hours or days, people will come and say, yes, we visited a great light. In that great light, we got wonderful intuition, wonderful telepathic messages, wonderful clarity. These all anecdotes are there. It may be stories, or it may be psychological phenomenon, or it may be true. But there is a transformation is there, because the so-called waste candidates, dirty fellows, also changed after having these NDE experiences. I say, like sleep. People go into the sleep for the relaxation, rejuvenation. In the same way, near-death experience is also a wonderful teacher for them, self-teacher, self-motivation for them to have transformation rather than the information. Yes, it is a debatable issue. So I thought, because you are a neurosurgeon and also a spiritual scientist, soul scientist, you have this wonderful knowledge. I met many people. There is called a wonderful website is there. There is uploading of all near-death experiences, past life experiences. We have 10 minutes of time. You can shoot the question.
Yeah, but I think a lot of talk we had it now. In between, we need an interval of a relaxation, and that is, I will say a few jokes to you.
Yes. If that is for meditation, you can teach us.
No.
If that is so,
Listen
just
to the joke.
meditate for 2 minutes.
Joke.
Joke, okay, please.
After the joke, you will be able to go into meditation better way. So whether it's mindful or heartful, but now just listen. There were 4 friends who were talking to each other on the railway platform outside the compartment in which they have to go in. And then they find that they were so much talking to each other that they forgot that where are they. And suddenly the train started, and fast the train, and then the train gave a whistle. And they realized, oh, the compartment has gone very far off. All the 4 in a emotion just rushed behind that one. They rushed, and somehow three friends went inside crying. I was just going beside him. I said, hey, you should be positive in your life. At least your three friends have gone inside. No. He said, no, I am not crying because I am left behind. I am crying because they all came to see me off.
वो लोग चढ़ गए।
वो सब चढ़ गए और मैं पीछे रह गया जिसको जाना था. You lose your own identity. So mind works when it opens. Means parachute works when they open. Similarly, mind works when it opens. And do not become very much null. You should have in your hand the gear, whatever the things which you want to control should be in your hand, not somebody else. Respond, don't react. In the court also they say, what is your response? They don't say, how do you react? So please differ these two words and have more of these things. So now let's start deep breathing. Yes, Dr. Hari, you take us to the meditation.
Okay, so first thing is here we'll do now we have 7 minutes of time. I'll take only 2 minutes. First thing is have this you can keep like this, two hands. See, you have to count. See, short breathings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, 4 short breaths. Fifth one is long breathing. This is 1 cycle. Repeat for 5 to 10 times with closed eyes. 4 times short breaths, 5th long breaths. Have smile on the face. We'll do for 2 minutes for the sake of well-being. 4 times short breaths, 5th long breaths. We all know breath and mind are interlinked. Breath observation releases melatonin, serotonin, oxytocin. 4 times short breaths, 5th long breaths. These are all positive hormones. Have smile on the face. 4 times short breaths, 5th long breaths. 4 one is 1 cycle. Let us do for 10 to 21 cycles, but time is short, only 10 cycles. 1 minute over, another 1 minute. 4 times short breaths, 5th long breaths. Hope you have completed 10 cycles. Movement. And with closed eyes, observe normal, natural, easy, soft breath. How the breath is going in and coming out. Just watch it. Last 1 minute. No need to chant any mantra because it is not religious. It is making the mind empty. When mind becomes zero, you'll become hero of your life. Observe normal, natural breath. Total body is becoming very, very light. Mind is becoming very, very peaceful. Just be with the breath. Normal, natural, easy, soft, tranquil, tender, peaceful, simple breath. Observation, ye mantra. No need to visualize anybody. Just be with the breath. Blissful breath awareness. Last 15 seconds. As you are observing the breath, breath is becoming very, very small, reaching the third eye region between the 2 eyebrows. Have smile. The smile is increasing, filling your whole face, filling your whole body, every organ with full of smiles, light, peace, joy. Last 10 seconds. Whole body is full of with energy, peace, joy. You are radiating these smiles, peace, energy into the room where you are meditating, into the whole city you belong, whole state, whole nation, whole globe is smiling because of you. As you are observing the breath, the smiles are increasing. Your aura of positivity, your aura of energy, your aura of Almighty is expanding with each breath, making you more lighter, more brighter, more wiser. Last 5 seconds. Regular meditation in any place makes you more vibrant, more energetic, more peaceful, more rejuvenated. Last 5 seconds, how the breath is going in and coming out. Just be with the breath without opening the eyes. Sangeeta, how are you feeling? You can describe without opening the eyes.
It's good, sir. Very much calm.
Sir, without opening the eyes, you can describe. How are you feeling?
I'm flying in the sky, so light.
Excellent, excellent. Continue. Just be with the breath. You said we are disturbing the nature. Become more natural by observing natural breath. Last 5 seconds. Regular meditation makes you more healthy. The benefits of meditation are, with closed eyes, just listen to me. It's taking you into deeper and deeper relaxation. Many of the psychosomatic disorders can be healed. Psyche-induced somatic health issues can be cleared with meditation. Mind becomes more clear, peaceful. Intellect is going to be sharpened. Sleep quality time is going to be increased. Self-purpose is going to be realized. Oneness consciousness. We are going to attain balancing of emotions, balancing of the life. Last 5 seconds, body is becoming very, very lighter, very, very energetic, very, very peaceful. If you get any thoughts, bring back your attention to normal breath. You are going into deeper and deeper relaxation. You are going to the source of yourself, center of yourself. You are an absolute consciousness living in a human form with a wisdom, intellect, with equanimity towards all the creatures. You are living in absolute freedom and making everyone to live in freedom. This is called enlightenment. Body is becoming very, very light, very, very energetic, very, very peaceful, blissful. This is a natural living and high thinking, scientific thinking. Slowly, slowly keep your fingertips or palms over your eyes and slowly, slowly open with smiley face, with a smile on your face. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. High five to yourself. High five. You are great. You are energetic. You are peaceful. Yes, sir. What is your feeling, sir? कैसा लगा?
Great, great, and great. We are so light like a cotton wool, flying like the feathers in the sky and looking whole of the universe down and up, the stars in the sky, the galaxies in the sky, the wind, the ocean, the waves on the ocean, the flowers, the butterfly, the gardens, and the smiling children. They are so lovely, cute. The naturally smile on the children. If you give a smile to your children, they will return you in your old age. Should be the formula of giving and taking. So
Sangeeta.
I thank you. We always finish. We start with joke and we finish with the joke.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please. Doctor should be like you, sir. If they are enlightened, they will speak not about curative health, but also preventive health, which includes laughter and meditation. So many of the disorders can be healed. Okay, so we in the waiting hall, before they come to the doctor, they must have these laughter sessions and the meditation sessions. So hospitals will be very, very peaceful. Post-operative period also, if they do, the requirement of the medicines will reduce, and overall the false babas will go. Since we are not teaching this meditation and preventive health, all babas are flourishing. the society is spoiled not by the fake babas or bad people, but by the silence of good people like you and me and all the doctors. Pronouns to all the doctors who are doctors, nurses, medical fraternity who are helping in this corona crisis, including the police. Yes,
our
sir. Your
police
final job.
people, yeah, our police people, our safai karmachari who are also, and those who are supplying, I tell you, this is the biggest army. हर घर छावनी बना हुआ है, हर आदमी अपने घर के अंदर सैनिक हैं, और ये बड़े सैनिक वॉरियर्स आउटसाइड आर हेल्पिंग वी सोल्जर्स इनसाइड. So our
Final joke,
aim
sir.
was we should, yes, improve our immunity. हम अपनी रोग प्रतिरोधक क्षमता, our resistance कैसे improve करें. We have talked a lot about it. There is so much to talk about the new age. We have touched just the laughter and the yoga, meditation and calm and quiet. Now in Neurobic, one should have extracurricular, one should have hobbies, and just relate my this last joke with the extras. There was a news aid that 3 days and 3 nights stay in a 3-star hotel is worth rupees 3,000. The aid came, my wife brought the newspaper and says, for a couple. I said, okay, if you are ready to come, we will go there. We both went there to the hotel, 3-star, stayed 3 days, and then came and gave money, paid our 3,000 rupees. As soon as we paid, we turned, the manager stood up and said, sir, we again turned, what happened? He says, sir, it is 5,000. I said, how come 5,000? You advertised 3,000. He said, but we gave you 2 extra facilities. No. So 1,000 rupees are the extra facilities. I said, what? He said, bar facility. I said, what are you talking? I never drank. My wife never tested. Why we should pay for it? He said, but sir, facility was provided. No. Whether you use or you don't use, you have to pay for it. I said, okay, what was the next one? He said, another one was swimming pool facility. I said, what are you talking? I do not know how to swim. My wife does not know. We did not use. Why we should pay for it? He says, but sir, it was provided. No, whether you use or don't use, you have to pay for it. My wife said, pay it off. Why to fight? Let's go. I paid another 2,000, made it 5,000, and I asked the manager, give me 10,000. He stood up. How come, sir? I have to pay you 10,000. I said, keeping hand on my wife's shoulder is 10,000. He said, I have not put it. I said, but facility was provided. No, whether you use or you don't use, you have to pay for it.
Very nice joke. Wonderful. Final word, Sangeeta.
So what I feel is
Sangeeta, final word.
laughing is something like, a person should come out of complete inhibitions. Only then a heartful laugh can come.
Exactly. Without any
You observed that
inhibition
laughter in sir.
laugh even without any reason and develop that tact. And if you develop, your family, your children, others will develop. And what you give to your children in their childhood, they will return you in your old age. And that is how responses come in our life. Is there
Sangeeta
another
is the
time for a
university
joke?
describe.
It was really great. It was really great. I can say that calmness I could experience, and that lightness also I could experience. Feeling very
We
light.
both conducted many programs in many colleges, many community halls, and she's an excellent teacher. We can hear many of the Osho dynamic meditation, all various techniques of meditation from her in the next sessions. Okay.
Okay, so Saptarangi, rainbow diet. You must be suggesting rainbow diet. Saptarangi Indradhanush ki tarah ka bhojya padarth. Means all colors which the nature has given. There is a reason to give so many colors, and that what Sangeeta ji in her diet is advising the people to use the color, different colored variety of food with the skin. Mostly ऐसा नहीं कि केले के छिलके को भी आप खा जाएं. That is the not possible for us to digest. So is there any another time when you have talked about eating? It just reminds me once I went to a market and I asked the shopkeeper, do you have the biscuits for the dog to eat? कुत्ते के खाने के बिस्किट हैं क्या? The person says me is, shall I pack it or you will have it here only?
Wonderful. Continue, sir. Some more. Till our editor says, okay, you can continue. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Some more jokes.
right. No, the husband and wife jokes are so famous. So
Yes.
once my wife came from Rajasthan, Jaipur to Secunderabad railway station, I went to the railway station. The train stopped. She came out of the compartment, and then I took her briefcase and walked. And as soon as I was walking from behind, she said, "Listen." I turned. What happened? She says, "I have come after 1 month, and you have not looked towards me, and you did not smile even." And see, on that side, both of they are hugging each other, loving each other. They are not. So
During this lockdown, there is a joke, sir. In this
Yes.
lockdown, there is a joke. One husband with personal protection equipment, with wearing mask, gloves, took the wife for the shopping, and went to this groceries bazaar. So there he noticed nobody is wearing masks and gloves. So he took the hand of the wife and he said, nobody to reach to go this one market. But
Yeah.
once she removed this mask, he noticed that another lady is there.
Not his wife.
And one more I want to share. In the cabin of the doctor, one lady, very beautiful lady, started observing outside. Then the old doctor said, "Don't have the fear, ma. I'm like your father. Then don't have any fear with me." Then she said, "I'm not bothered about you, sir. I don't have any fear about you. I'm more bothered about my husband who is talking with a nurse outside. I'm more worried about that guy." Huh? Okay.
So this is
In this way,
wonderful,
you
wonderful.
definitely we should have.
With all these
Yes.
lockdowns, we are able to do so much. Everyone in
Ah,
the
uh,
respective houses, all the doctors in the respective
no,
houses, and we are
yes.
wonderful with keeping all these
It is an
lockdowns in
opportunity.
place.
No, the people, some people may consider it as, but it is a greatest opportunity. It is a blessings in the disguise, which the people should see that positivity कि हम अपने घर वालों के संग हैं, कोई घर में बंद नहीं है, हम घर वालों के संग हैं, बंद में नहीं है. So very important at this moment that we should realize that this is a somehow the blessings in the disguise, and should utilize it, heal our body by having these various kinds of the pro nature things in day-to-day activity, and then we will be able to do it well. So you see, important thing has happened which everybody wants to notice. You see, at the end, the experiment is successful if the students also start doing the same thing which you have taught to them. And that is what I saying, that now Hari
Hello?
started telling the jokes. Hari has started telling the jokes. Means our experiment of the laughter has become successful, and he is a good student who has started
Sir, thank you very
spontaneously
much.
telling.
They are sending the messages that time is over.
Right, sir.
And thank
you
you very
very
much for enlightening us not only on the neurobics and laughter science, laughter exercise, and more so on spirituality, meditation. And I thank Sangeeta also for joining this wonderful session, wherein we got wonderful information about the mind, brain, near-death experiences, what is death, what is sleep, apart from having the precautions, and also the importance of the COVID crisis. Thank you very much, sir, for joining, and we'll have more
Yes.
topics
So
with
I
you in the
request,
future, especially the
yes.
laughter
So I
exercises and
request
standing position we can
everybody,
have like an Astor Prime Hospital. Thank you very much.
yeah, everybody should develop their own weapon, that is immunity, that is the resistance in their by their own efforts, that is by pro nature therapy, by neurobics. भगवान सभी का भला करे. Let the nature bless every one of us. Namaskaram.
Thank you.
सर्वे जना सुखिनो बंतु, सुखिनो भवन्तु.
Let's all stay home and stay safe.
Very good, wonderful.
Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Let everybody be
Wonderful.
happy.